Yeah. So what we discussed in the first class was basically these were the terms that we discussed, right? That is prime number, composite number, natural number, whole number, and integer. These were the 5 major areas that we focused upon, right? We also learned ki yes, focusing on basics is fine, but after that, how to apply the logic of the same, how to apply the basic content to solving questions, right? So first and the foremost thing was prime number. We discussed the basic part of it. That is, yes, it is any such number which is basically divisible by 1 and itself, right? So here it is. Then point to be noted here was 2 is the even prime number. The rest are all odd prime numbers, right? So we did questions on the same also, how the application part of it is relevant, right? Similarly, composite numbers also we saw. Composite number are those numbers which have more than 2 factors, right? For example, is 4, 6, 9. So here 4 is, its factors are 1, 2, 4. So more than 2 factors are there. So that is known as composite numbers. So the major point that we focused upon here is whenever we say P is a set of composite number, okay, it generally students assume that this will be an even number, but it is not so. Okay, it can also be an odd number also. Okay, the questions on the same we discussed in the first class, right? For example, P is equal to 9. So that is also a composite number. Okay. Now, apart from this natural number we focused upon, that is, yes, the set that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Whereas when we talk about whole numbers, it is you include 0 to the natural numbers, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, and so forth. Okay. Now, when we talk about integers, the important point that we discussed is 0 an integer? 0 is 0 a positive integer? It is not. Okay. So if at all such a question is given, that is P is equal to set of positive integers, then you start with what? You start with 2, 4, 6. Okay. Now, one more aspect is if it is given P is a set of even numbers. Okay. Set of even numbers. Then where will it start from? If it is given P is a set of even numbers. Okay. 2, 2. Okay. What about 0? Would that be included? If I say P is set of even numbers. Okay, so there is a confusion there. Okay. All right, so let me discuss this, why this is relevant. Okay, so that we do not face this problem again. See, question will be something of this format, that is P is set of even numbers. Let's say I'm making a question here, and Q, let's say it's a natural number. Okay, I'm saying in question format, let me say, is PQ PQ is PQ a negative number? Okay, if this is the question asked. Okay, now see here, if I am saying P is set of even numbers, please understand it does not start just with 2, 4, 6. Okay, it can also be 0. Okay, the even number is any such number where you can, any number which you can divide by 2, simple. Okay, now what about negative numbers here? Is that possible? For example, -2, -4, -6. They are also considered as even numbers. I hope this is very clear. Okay, now how is 0 an even number? Simply, if you divide 0 by 2, what is it you are getting? Do you get any remainder, Nitish? The condition for an even number is what? When you divide that even number by 2, the remainder should be what? 0. Okay. So when you divide 0 by 2, again, what is the remainder that you will get? The remainder will be 0 itself. Is it clear, everyone? Yes. Okay, Nitish got it. Now, what about negative numbers? One request I have to make. Everyone, you can directly message in the group itself, okay? Rather than sending messages to me directly, you can post it in the group itself so that the class others will also be, they will also feel to write and comment, okay? So instead of directly posting to me, you can directly, okay? You can directly mention it in the group itself, okay? Yes. Yeah, no, Somashekar, let's start first with even numbers, okay? So again, even numbers can be negative also. Okay, this is a point that you have to definitely know. Okay, because again, this is something that we discussed in the first class also. Okay, that is again, when you divide that number, the remainder is 0 itself. Okay, so this is a concept that you should focus upon. Now, when we talk about positive integers, as Somashekar said, if we am saying P is a set of positive integers, where does this start from? If I'm saying in a question, P is set of positive integers, it starts from 1 exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The reason we discussed also in the first class, that is, when we talk about integers, 0, -1, -2, -3, this is negative integers. Here we have 1, 2, 3. This is positive integers. So that is why we say integers is what? Integers is negative union 0 union positive integers. That is 1, 2, 3. I hope this is very clear. These points you should definitely note in your logic book. If you do not do so, in the questions, if such a question is asked, this kind of pattern, statement-based questions can be asked from this topic. Fine. Now, if you have understood all of this, now in the first class, we also discussed what? Another keyword, that is the keyword first, the keyword consecutive, the keyword distinct, the keyword unique. Yes. So when we talk about P is set of 5 prime numbers, what do we assume? This we have discussed in the first class, right? That is, P is set of 5 prime numbers. What will be those prime numbers? Yes, exactly. Shivaranjani is right? That is, when we have P is set of 5 prime numbers, it can be any prime numbers, set of any prime numbers. Okay. Now here, if the question is P is set of first 5 prime numbers, if the keyword first is used, then it means what? Yes, it means 2, 3, 5, 7, and 11. Okay. Now, what if I say P is set of consecutive 5 prime numbers? What will be the set here? Set of consecutive 5 prime numbers. Okay, what about others? If I say P is set of consecutive 5 prime numbers. Exactly. Okay. So please understand it. Very good, Adira. Okay. That is, it can be any 5 prime numbers. The only condition here is it has to be consecutive. Okay. It can start from what? Let's say 11 also. 11, 13, okay, 17, 19, 23. Okay. So when I say it is set of consecutive 5 prime numbers, I only mean once I start with a P, then I have to go for the next prime number. Okay. Here it is not necessary that the first prime number has to be 2 or it has to be 3 also. It can be any prime number and then consecutive prime numbers. I hope this is clear. Nitesh, Somashekar, Shivranjani. Yes. Yes, you can write from 7, you can write from 71. Okay, depending upon कोई भी number हो सकता है. Okay. The only condition is once you have set up the first number, then the sequence should follow. Okay. Got it. Now, here if I say P is set of first 5 consecutive prime numbers, then what happens? Then it is first, then 5 consecutive. Okay, then it is 2, 3, 5, 7. I hope this is clear. Okay. So that is how you make the difference between first keyword, the keyword consecutive. Okay. Now, what was the application part of distinct and unique? If I say n is a distinct odd number, what does it mean? It simply means, if I say distinct or if I say unique, it simply means what? This we have discussed in the first class. इसका मतलब है whatever value of n is there, it can only be one value. Okay, it has to be an odd number, but it will only take one such value. Are you getting this, everyone? Okay, that is, if I say n is a distinct, okay, n is a distinct integer, n is a unique integer, it simply means what? Whatever be the value of n that I'm going to find out, the value of n has to be unique. It has to be only one value. यूनिक मतलब क्या हो गया? इफ आई से नीतीश इज अ यूनिक स्टूडेंट, दैट मीन्स व्हाट? आप अपने आप में यूनिक है, आप बाकी लोग से अलग है. आर यू गेटिंग दिस? ठीक है, इसका सिंपल मीनिंग ये है कि आपका खुद का एक आइडेंटिटी है. सिंपल. Okay, now let me show you how what is the application part of it, so you to understand. Let's say if I say S, okay, is a set that lies between 11 and 13. Okay, if I say S is any set which is greater than 11 and less than 13, and then if in the question if I say S is a unique integer, what will be the value of S here? Then if in the statement I say S is greater than 11 and S is less than 13, and I am saying S is a unique integer, what will be the value of S? Yes, S value is 12. Clear, everyone? Okay. अब यही condition if I say S lies between 10 and 13, and then in the question I say S is a unique integer. Okay. So does this condition answer my question? It does not. Okay. The reason is because S can be what? Both 11 or 12. But because here it is clearly given that it has to be unique, it means what? It should take only one value. There should be only one value of S. Is it clear, everyone? Okay. The same thing can be for distinct also. Okay. Distinct integer also can be there. Any doubt till here? Any student? Kuch bhi doubt hai, you can ask, because the class that we start from now will be built upon the concepts that we have just discussed. Fine. What about others? Any doubt? Anyone? Adira? Manisha? Okay. Pratyusha. I went fast here because this was discussed in the first class. Okay. That is the reason. Now we come to the content of today's class. This is what we should focus upon, right? Yeah. So before going into this, I gave you homework in the homework also in the first class, right? We discussed statement kind of questions. I hope you have solved it. If you have, you can directly give me the answer. Okay. We are not going to discuss the question because this was supposed to be a homework, right? So again, P is the product of first 5 consecutive prime numbers, then P plus 3 is what? Okay. Anyone has solved this? If you have, you can give the answer. Which statements are correct? ठीक है, तो एक काम करते हैं. This is an homework for you. Okay. In the next class, please do prepare, do solve such questions. Okay, because again, it takes time to make such questions. Okay. Okay, so here we are getting 2 answers, only 2 and C. Okay, C you are getting. Okay. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे सोमशेखर सी here, what is said? P, the first statement that we are saying, right? P is product of first 5 consecutive prime numbers. Okay. First 5 we have already discussed. It is what? Basically multiplication of, yes. We have learnt this aspect also, that is 2 into all of this will be what? Multiplication of this will be odd. Okay, so 2 into odd is even. So again, when it is even, that means if P is even, P plus 3 will be what? Okay, so here this one is the correct statement. Okay, so P is even, P plus 1 is odd, P plus 2 is again, you know, so the same logic you will apply. Fine, so here the answer is C. Fine. Now we come to the next one. Tell me. This was also given to you. Tell me if you, here it is said P is a natural number, Q is a negative integer. Okay. Now based on it, 3 statements have been given. Which statements do you think are correct? We have solved UPSC questions also in the same regard. If you remember in the first class, we solved UPSC questions on 2023, 2022, 2021. Right. Okay, 2 and 3 correct. Fine. Anyone else? 2, 3, all 3. Okay. Now what did we learn here? Again, let us remind here. What does this mean? Is a, this also we learned in the first class. What is the difference between these two? When I say P is a positive number, that means it's a definite statement. Okay. If I say P can be a positive number, that means it is possibility. इन दोनों का difference क्या है? When I say P is a positive number, that means for all the values of P, P has to be positive. Okay, if even in one of the case, if it turns negative, then that is a wrong statement. Okay. Similarly, if I say the other statement, P can be a positive number, what does this mean? It means even if one of the value of P is positive, then this statement is what? True. Can be ka matlab any one of the case, if it is true, then that statement is considered true. I hope this is clear, everyone. The difference between definite statements and possibility statements. If sir, in case this question is possible means, where are you saying, Raghavan? Yeah, it can be asked. P plus Q can be a positive number. Yes, definitely it can be asked. Raghavan. Okay, I'll show you the examples also. So both scenarios can be asked. Depending upon that, you have to change your answer. Okay. Now, most of you have said 2 and 3 as the answer. Okay. What about the first statement? It is saying P plus Q is a positive number. Again, if you say P is natural number, take any natural number 1, and it is negative integer -2. Okay. So here you can clearly see. So is a positive number. If it is can be, yeah, true. It can be there. Are you getting this, Raghavan? Okay. Both will have different answers. Okay. So here the answer is 2 and 3. Okay. And finally, we come to the last homework that we gave. Yeah, you can take, Nitish, no problem. You can take anything. The all possible values you have to take. All possible values. Okay. Fine. What about this one? P is a prime number, Q is a composite number. This also we discussed. What was the answer that you got? P is a prime number, Q is a composite number. P into Q must be. Again, here must be is there. Must be means what? Definite statement. Okay, that is for all values of P into Q, it has to be even number. Okay, 3 and 4. All right, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 3 and 4 is there. What about 2? P plus Q must be an even number. So here, if I can just show, because it is for this statement to be true, it should be true for all values. Okay. So if I can just show in any one of the case that is P plus Q is odd, if I can show that, I can negate this statement. Right? So P is a prime number, take a prime number 2. No? And Q is a composite number. I have to make it as odd. Composite, yeah, 9 you take. Exactly, 11. Okay? So I can clearly show here that this is an odd number. For certain cases of P and Q, it can turn up to be an odd number. Okay, so this statement becomes what? Wrong. Is it clear, everyone? Shivranjani, is it fine? I hope this is clear. Okay, so now we are not going back into discussing. Okay, last statement. What was the last statement? Raghavan, the only thing I said is, if I say A must be an even number, okay? If this is a condition given, if I can show that A in one of the case can be odd, okay, then it negates the statement, right? It proves that the statement is wrong. Okay, for example, here it says P plus Q must be an even number. Okay, so if I can show that P plus Q is odd in one of the cases, okay, then this statement is negated. Yes. Acha, last statement, this one. Okay, that is P by Q can be a prime number. Is that possible? P by Q can be prime number. Let me think. P by Q can be prime number 2. No, that is not possible. Yeah. What about this statement, everyone? P by Q can be a prime number. Is that possible? If P is a prime number and Q is a composite number. That is a prime number divided by a composite number. Is it possible that there will be a prime number? Shivranjani, Somashekar, any examples that you can give? It will not be possible, okay? What about if it is Q by P? If it is given Q by P can be a prime number, then it is possible. Okay, simply, yeah, it is possible. Okay, so here you have what? Q is 6 and here you have prime number 3. Okay, so yes, 2 is a prime number. I hope that is clear. Okay, so here this statement is also wrong. Fine. I hope till here the concept is clear, everyone. Okay. All right. So now we go for the continuation of the classes, okay, that we discussed, and we go level which is above UPSC. Okay. So here you have now this one I would like every one of you to solve. I would like every one of you to participate in this. Okay. So here you have three basic variables are given. Okay. So P is a prime number greater than 2. Q is supposed to be an integer and R is supposed to be a whole number. Yes, exactly, Nitish. Okay. We have already done all the UPSC kind of questions. Now we are going above it. Okay, what can be expected in future exams? Okay. So three variables are given, P, Q, and R. Three statements have been given. Now, depending upon these three statements, you tell me which statements do you think are correct. Okay, so P is a prime number greater than 2, Q is an integer, R is a whole number. So whenever statement-based questions are given, always be in lookout for definite and possible statements. Okay, that is the area where examiner will play with your facts. Okay, so try solving this one. Okay, Somashekar, fine. Okay, Shivaranjani, fine. Anisha, fine. Vicky, fine. Apira, fine. Nitish, fine. Pratyusha, fine. What about Raghavan? 1, 3. Okay. So everyone got 1 and 3. So I'm not explaining 1 and 3. Tell me, why did you negate 2? Give me an example. That is, P by Q will always be greater than Q by R. So give me an example where you have negated this statement. Okay, Shivaranjani, you have said 3 by 1 is 3. So 3 is prime number, Q is an integer. Fine. Now Q by R. Now see here, Shivaranjani, you cannot take different values here. Okay. Here, if you have taken Q1, then here also it will be 1 itself. The value of Q will remain the same here, right? Are you getting this? Yes. So you have taken P some value, Q some value, R some value. Okay. Then P by Q and Q by R. Okay. The value of Q will not change. Okay. What about others? The students who have negated second statement. What is the value that you have used? 1 by 1. So then again, Shivaranjani, 1 is not a prime number. You have to, it's Q by R, yes. What about others? Q is integer, R is whole number, yes. And what I am saying, Shivaranjani, is, see here, 3 by 1 you took, right? Here you took 9 by 3. Yes? Okay, unmute. Okay. Yes, Shivaranjani.
Sir, like in P by Q, I took 3 by 1, right? The question says P should be a prime number more than 2. It's like greater than 2. So P can be 3 and Q can be 1.
Fine.
Then Q to be an integer and R to be a whole number as per the question, right? So 1 by 1 also we can take.
1 by 1 you take, no problem.
Okay.
So here that means what? P by Q will be greater than Q by R. Right? Here, that is what the statement says. For you to negate the statement, you have to say something which is different. Okay. Okay, so Vicky is saying, okay, fine. 3 by 5 and 5 by 2. Okay, so 3 is a prime number greater than 2. Q, 5 is an integer. R is a whole number. ठीक है, इसमें problem नहीं है. Okay. So this is 2.5. This is. So definitely here you have a number where the second part, that is Q by R, is greater than P by Q. So here he has used legitimate values that he can use to negate this statement. Fine. So no problem here then. Okay. I hope this is clear, everyone. Okay, so the values, you might get the correct answer also, but still, if the values are wrong, in the exam hall it might be problematic. Okay, this part is clear. Or one more aspect you can do is you can also show that they can be, if they are, let's say, equal. Okay, for example, if I say P by Q, if I can prove P by Q is equal to Q by R, right? So here also there will be what? The same thing. For example, if I take prime number greater than 2, so I take it as 3. Q is an integer, take it as 3. Okay. It's nowhere mentioned that it cannot be same. The values cannot be same. Okay. Again, 3. Here R is a whole number. Again, 3. So this is 1 is equal to 1. So again, I can negate the same. Is this clear, everyone? Second. Okay, you just have to show the opposite of the same. Whenever definite statements are given, will always be, that is a definite statement. Okay. Now let us see the third part. What does this mean? P by Q can be a number other than elements in R. What does this mean? P by Q can be a number other than elements in R. R is whole numbers, right? Exactly the point. That is, here whole number R is what? Exactly, right? R is 0, 1, 2, 3 and so forth. So if I'm saying P by Q can be any such number which is not here, that means what? It can be negative also. -3, -2, -1. Okay. So can P by Q have such values? Okay. So here you have given that is P is a prime number greater than 2. So it is 3. I'm taking it as 3. Okay. Now here again, see, Q is supposed to be an integer. So when it is an integer, that means what? When Q is an integer, it is not given if it is positive or negative. It can be negative also. Acha, Nitish has asked a very good question. Tell me if prime numbers can be negative. What do you think, everyone? What about others? Prime numbers are subset of negative numbers. No. Okay. No. Okay. So see here, Nitish, it cannot be actually. Okay. The reason is we say prime number, it is all positive. We consider it as all positive. Okay. Greater than 1, yeah, but all positive. That is the basic definition of prime number. Okay. I hope this is clear, Nitish. हाँ, so क्या हो गया? Here, see, R it is said is whole number, right? R, I took it as whole numbers. उसको छोड़ के क्या numbers हैं आपके पास? Okay, that is the reason. Okay. So here that would be negative, or it can be fractions also. That is also point. That can also be there. I hope everyone is clear here now in this question. Yeah, exactly. Okay, it can have negative elements also, P by Q. Okay, what about others? Raghavan got it, understood. What about Adira, Pratyusha, Nitish, Vicky? I know got it. Okay. Just type in Y. Okay, that's more than enough. You don't have to write the entire yes, sir. Okay, so that I can also understand. Okay, at any point of time, if you do not understand this class, please you can ask me 5-10 times to repeat the same. Okay, and please ask it then and there itself. The reason is, if you do not understand it, the next question you will not understand. That's it. Okay, and I request everyone, directly post in the group itself. Directly do not post it to me. Okay, because let other students also understand what is your doubt. Okay, it will be beneficial for them also. Yeah, third is correct, Nitish. Third is correct. Fine. Okay, so if you have understood all of this, let us go to the next question. Now we are getting into the interesting part of number system. Okay, so now we are not just limiting three variables to three, we are not assigning it to three basic prime number, composite, and whole numbers. Okay, now we are assigning values also. So we are saying P is what? P is basically product of all odd prime numbers less than 50. Okay, so here it is product of all prime numbers. Q is product of all composite numbers less than 50. Okay, and R is product of first 50 natural numbers. Okay, so three variables, the values will be very huge. Now, based on it, two statements have been given. The value of P into Q by R is an odd number. The value of R by 2Q is an odd number. Okay, so take your time, think it through, and then tell me which statements do you think is correct here. Okay, so it is one only, two only, both one and two, and neither one nor two. Okay, so try solving this one. Okay, Aisha, fine. Shekhar, fine. Okay, 2 true, first false. Okay, 2 only. Okay. What about others? What about others? Adira, Nitish, Pratyusha, Raghavan, Shivaranjani, Somashekar. Just Somashekar, no? Vicky was. Manisha. Manisha, this is not value of a prime number. Okay, it's not. You have to take one prime number. It is product of all odd prime numbers. Okay, so multiplication of all the prime numbers that are less than 50. You cannot selectively choose one prime number. Yeah. Okay, Adira is saying one, Vicky is saying one, Raghavan is saying both wrong. Okay. What about Pratisha? Shivaranjani, neither. Okay. Okay, so let us see here. Okay, so यहाँ पे हमने ऐसा एक similar pattern first class में solve किया था, right? One pattern we solved कि how to solve such kind of questions. Okay. Now let us revisit that topic once again. So see what it says is P is the product of all odd prime numbers less than 50. Okay. So first and the foremost thing, if it is the product, that means multiplication of all the prime numbers. Okay. So where will it start from? What will be the value of P here? It will start from exactly 3. Okay. Now, Raghavan, why it is not 2? Because it is given odd. Okay. So 2 is an even prime number. Fine. So here we know it starts from 3 and then we know it will go till what? 5, 7, 11. Okay. And till what is the last prime number that we'll have? 45, 46, 47. Yeah. Yes. Now the same thing. What about Q? Q is again a product of all composite numbers that are there. Okay. So here composite numbers, that means what? 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, like this till 49. Yes, exactly. Now, what is the concept that we learned in the first class regarding the same? That is, if I say prime numbers, okay, plus composite numbers, what will this give me? If I add all the prime numbers and all the composite numbers, okay, natural numbers. इसमें अभी एक problem क्या है? The only problem here is I have to add 1 also, exactly. Okay, so if I add, for example, if I'll explain it further, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this is 1 that is here. Okay, this is a prime number, this is a prime number, this is composite number. Prime number, composite number, prime number, composite number, composite number. Okay, so please understand this concept, that is, if you have a prime number and plus composite number plus 1, okay, I'm not talking about plus as in literal plus, it is all the elements that are there. Okay, so when you combine all three together, it gives you what? Natural numbers. Is this clear, everyone? Any doubt? Got it? Okay. What if I add 0 also here? Then what does this mean? What does this become? It will be exactly the whole numbers. I hope now this concept is clear. Now it is on the basis of this concept that we will discuss. Okay. Any doubt, anyone till here? I hope this is clear. Fine. So P we have found out, yes, it is product of odd prime numbers. Q is basically product of composite numbers. This also we have found. Now what is R? R is first 50 natural numbers. So what is the first 50? It will start from 1, 2. It will end where? What is the last element? It will end on 49 or 50? It will end on 50. Okay. Acha, same cheese if it was given product of first 50 whole numbers, then where will it start and where will it end? What will be the value of R? Product of first 50 whole numbers. What will be the value of R? Yes, the value of R will be 0. Okay? So always remember this aspect. Okay? Okay, so here now we have P, Q and R. Now this is the question that is asked, that is P into Q by R. So when you write this aspect in proper format, what do you get? What do you get here? You get P is nothing but 3 into 5 into 7, and like this, it will go till 47. What is Q? Q is nothing but 4 into 6 into 8 into 9. It will go till 49. Divided by R. R is nothing but what? 1 into 2 into will go till 50. Okay. Now, if you see here, what are the elements that will be left here? Here you have 3. Here you will have 4. So 3 and 3 will cancel each other out. 4 and 4 will cancel each other out. 5 and 5 will cancel each other out. Okay. So what will be left? In the numerator, what will be left? If you just predict, what will be left in the numerator here? It will be 1, okay? Because all the elements will cancel each other out, okay? Whereas at the bottom, what will you have? It is 1 into 2 into 50. Is this clear to everyone? How we are getting this? Somashekar got it, Raghavan got it. What about others? Yes? Yeah. Okay. So here we are, anyways, this is a fraction format, so we are not talking about any odd numbers. Okay. Now the same thing when we talk about the next question, that is when we talk about r by 2q, what will happen here? R by 2q. Now what is r here? R is nothing but 1 into 2 into like this till 50. What is q here? 2 into q is nothing but 4. No, 4 into 6 into like this till 49. Okay. So what do you observe here? 2 and 2 will cancel each other out. Okay. Now here at the top, if this is all composite numbers, here what you will have? All the composite numbers will be taken away. Are you getting this? That means at the top, you will be only left with product of prime numbers. Are you getting this, everyone? Exactly. That is, you will be left with odd prime numbers, and there will be what? F50 also here. Is this clear to everyone? मतलब आप ये simple सा सोच के देखो, if you expand this, what will it be? Okay, it will be 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 like this till 50. Okay, what you are doing is you are taking away 4 into 6 into 8 into 9 like this till 49. तो ये इसका मतलब क्या हो गया? This is what is q. If you take this q away, what do you have here? You have 4, 6. If you take away, that is prime numbers you will have at the top into 50. Okay, divided by 2. Now again, this 2 and this 2 will cancel each other out. That means what? You will be left with odd primes here. Is this clear to everyone? Now, why do we have 50 left here? Because it goes only till 49. Q goes only till 49. That is why it will not cancel here, 50. Is this clear, everyone? So odd primes, that means what? It will be odd, and 50 is even. So here, when you multiply odd into even, it is what? It is an even number. Okay, Vicky got it. What about the rest of you? Got it. Adira got it. Manisha got it. Satisha got it. What about Nitish? Raghavan? Yeah, both statements are wrong. Okay. Fine. So yes, so this is the way that you have to focus upon this question or to solve such a question. Okay. So whenever such products are given, please do not think it will be a large value and eliminate the question. The concept lies in this premise itself. Okay. That is the elements of 1 plus all the elements of prime number plus all the elements of composite number will give you what? The natural numbers. Okay, so these kind of questions, they do come in your CAT paper. Okay, so you have to accordingly prepare now for the UPSC also. Fine. All right, so if you have understood this basic premise, now I think you will be able to solve this question. Okay. So here again, the same aspects have been asked. The only change that I have brought here is R is sum of all even numbers less than 50. Okay, so here I'm talking about a sum of even numbers. Okay, how do you calculate sum, by the way? How do you calculate sum of even numbers? Or for that matter, sum of... Yes, it is. ठीक है, तो देखो यहाँ पे if it is 1 2 3 4 5, then I can understand it as n into n plus 1 by 2. ठीक है, I think that logic is clear. But what if it is this one? Sum of all even numbers, not, it's not all even here. Okay, take 2 as common. बहुत बढ़िया, very good. I hope everyone is getting the logic here. ठीक है, and your n will also change. ठीक है, you have to be very careful when you do this taking common part and all. You have to be careful where you are taking it. ठीक है, तो एक बार solve करो and then we will see. Okay, try solving this. For the students who do not, you can also calculate sum by what? N by 2 first term plus last term. Yeah, so try solving this. Acha, Raghavan, see here. If I have elements like 2, 4, 6, 8, if I have to take the sum like this, okay, what do I do is, this is the sum that I have to take. I just take 2 as common. That means 2 into 1 is 2, plus 2 into 2 is what? 4, plus 2 into 3 is 6, plus 2 into 4 is 8, plus 5, like this till wherever I want to take. Or this is what? This is nothing. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is nothing but what? N into n plus 1 by 2. Or you can cancel this 2 and 2 out. That is n into n plus 1. Is it clear, Raghavan?
Sir, is this formula for sum of all even numbers, sir?
Yeah, for sum of all even numbers you can take. But here you should know what will be your n. Okay. You can use the formula, but you should. What is n, by the way, everyone? सबने n की बात करी. What is n? Last number. Not exactly. ठीक है, यहाँ पे क्या है वो तो ठीक है. Everyone fine.
Sir, that n by 2 first term plus last term means what, sir? What you are...
Yeah, one second. Let's start with this one first. What is n, everyone? (48). If 2 combine 4. अच्छा, ठीक है. देखो यहाँ पे, if I say 7, 14, 21, like that till 70, what will be n here? Exactly, n is the last term. What is, ये कितने का term है? Okay, that is in the sequence here. 70 is what? The 10th term. Okay, n means what? N is basically the number of times. That means 7 into 1 is 7, 7 into 2 is 14, like this. 7 into 10, this, मतलब कौन सा term है वो? I hope this is very clear, everyone. Fine. अच्छा, एक मिनट, ये क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने के पहले लेट्स डिस्कस दैट पार्ट फर्स्ट, बिकॉज अगेन that will be a problem again. Otherwise, see here. Now arithmetic aspect, let us just discuss the basic part of it, okay, before going into the solving part of it. See, कोई भी प्रोग्रेशन आप लिखते हैं, if it is arithmetic progression, okay, if it is arithmetic progression means what? A is your first, let's say A is the first element, A plus D is the second element, A plus 2D is the third element, A plus 3D is the fourth element, and so on. Okay? What does this mean? A is the first term. Okay? What is D? D is the common difference. Okay? Now what do we mean by this? Let us try to understand through an example. If this is what is given, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, like that. Okay? What does this mean? 5 is the first term, that is A. Okay? What is 10? 10 is 5 plus 5. That means what? This D is the common difference that is there. That is what? 5. 10 minus 5 is 5. 15 minus 10 is again 5. Are you getting this, everyone? So A is the first. Here A is equal to 5. D is again 5. The common difference between the terms. Yes? Everyone, till here, is it fine? Yes. What about Nitish? Yes. Okay. Now, if such a sequence is given 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and it is said calculate its 15th term. Okay, now this is a simple way to solve it. Otherwise, if you have to calculate the nth term, okay, so this is the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term, like this, the 15th term, if you have to calculate, what is the formula you use? It is A plus n minus 1 D. Okay. Here we have to calculate the 15th element. What is A? A is 5. What is n? N is 15. So 15 minus 1, that is 14. What is the common difference here? The common difference is 5. Okay, so here it is nothing but what? 70, or it is 75. Are you getting this, everyone? That is, how do you calculate the nth term in an arithmetic progression? Okay, so the formula is an is equal to A plus n minus 1D. Okay, now what do you mean by sum of the elements? If I am taking sum of all elements, this is written as n by 2 A plus L. Okay, now what does this mean? It means if I'm calculating sum of all numbers in the arithmetic progression, let's say I'm calculating, that is all 15 elements from starting from 5 till 75. If I have to add all of them together, what will be the sum of the same? That is 5 plus 10 plus 15 plus 20, like this, till plus 75. Here, so n is what? 75 is the 15th term, 15 by 2. N is 15. Now what is A? A is the first term that is there, 5. What is the last term? 75. L is considered to be the last term. Okay, so what is the sum? It is 15 by 2 into 80. I hope this is clear, everyone. These are the two formulas that you should keep in mind. Okay. This is not something that I was planning to teach, but ठीक है, because it's there in question. So please note it down. Okay. So to calculate the last term of an arithmetic series, you use an is equal to a plus 1 n minus 1 d. Okay, d is common difference, a is the first term. To calculate the sum of the series, it is n by 2 a plus l. A is the first term and l is the last term. I hope this is clear, everyone. Any doubt, anyone? Any issues? Have you understood this? Yes. ठीक है. Using this formula, how to approach this question? See here, it is what? Sum of all even numbers, right? Raghavan. Sum of all even numbers, that means what? You start from 2. What will be the series? 2, 4, 6. What will be the last term?
50.
Not 50. Why?
48,
Because 48, exactly. So here it is given. It's given it as 48. So now you know the last term. Okay. You know the first term. So you're supposed to calculate Sn, right? You know the first term, you know the last term. What do you know? Do you know n? N you do not know. So how do you calculate this? You go back here. This is the last term. An is 48. A is what? The first term plus n minus 1. What is the difference between the two? It is 2. Right? That is difference between the sequences is 2. Okay, so when you calculate this, that means what? 46 by 2 is equal to n minus 1, or n is 24. That means n is the 24th element from here. You can simply calculate this also, right? 2 into 24 is what? 48. So now you put that here. So Sn is what? 24, n is 24 by 2. What is the first term? 2. What is the last term? 48. This way you can calculate the sum of all even numbers less than 50. Okay. All right. So if you have understood this, try solving this question now. You know what is P, you know what is Q, you know what is R. Now two statements have been given. The value of Q into R by P is an even number. The value of Q by R is an even number. So try solving this one. Okay, Shivaranjani. Okay, Shivranjani is saying both. Okay. What about others? What about others? So, by the way, did any of you check out the essay paper that came today? What do you think about that essay paper? Essay topics? Doable or was it tough? Doable. Okay, Nitish. Common topics were there, yeah. Doable. Women education was there, yes. Social topic is there. Doable. Very good. So here, if you see the part B part, there was, yes, definitely woman was there. There was society was there. Justice. There was also what? Education. So most common themes that you could definitely have prepared, right? In part A also, the philosophical end has. Have you seen the part A? Which one would you have gone with? In part A, one was regarding thinking, right? One was regarding decision making. One was regarding wandering. One was regarding creativity. If you have read, decision making, yeah. Okay. Shivranjani, I have to tell you, most of the main students who have called back, right? They have written decision making part itself, the essay itself. I think right now 5 or 6 main students have written on the same topic. Only one student, I think Zora, wrote on this wandering part. That is, not all who wander are lost. Acha, Vicky, you would have written on creativity. Okay, you would have scored marks also then. Yeah. Very good. If you write something different, definitely it's bound to fetch marks. That's bound to be there. Yeah, but I think the most easiest one was decision making itself. Yeah. Because you could directly think about the logic and intuition part and all. Yeah. So hopefully the main students will score good in essay paper this year. ठीक है, देखते हैं. Tomorrow is the big day for us. We have GS1 and GS2 papers. Let us see how much questions we could predict. We can predict. We could predict in the mains. Yeah. So you guys also have to write mains next year, right? You have to cross this hurdle, the hurdle of CSAT also. Yeah. Yeah, I understand. Most of the students who have enrolled, they have issues with CSAT only. Okay. Prelims was fine for them. GS paper was fine for them. And you have to clear CSAT at all cost. Okay. They should not keep your progress in check. Yeah. That's there. So in CSAT, what you should focus upon, the most important topic we are dealing with today. Na? The next. Nitish is asking, will they again ask? Nitish, actually, they have not gone on to that level, CAT level. What they have asked is just a continuation of all the topics. Okay. If you go for the CAT level, definitely, I think most of the students will fail. Okay. If you see the paper, especially the number system question, there are many topics that have not been asked by UPSC yet in CAT. Okay. For example, number of factors are there. Okay. Number of factors is there. एक topic है. Remainders वाला है जो धीरे धीरे करके UPSC is asking, but still not the difficult part. It's still very easy. It's doable part. Okay. We'll see. Anyways, we'll prepare this also just for the sake of it. We don't want till the previous batch, I used to stick only till UPSC content. That is all that UPSC has taught and the topics related to the same. उसी के आगे पीछे घूमते थे हम लोग. But this year, I have thought कि we have to up the standard a bit. Okay, so I will be taking reference from the CAT papers itself. Okay, that we will do. Don't worry. These kind of questions you will not see in the CSAT paper. You have not seen. But I'm still trying to prepare you for the same. कि कल का दिन ऐसा आ गया तो what will you do? You know, this you have to prepare. Yes. Now, what about this one? Any of you were able to solve this? And please do expect the CSAT 2024 paper to be tough. Okay. Don't think it will be easy. The reason for the same, as has been mentioned to us by one previous IAS officer who has been on the board also, the reason for making this paper so tough is to ensure that there is a level playing field for the new beginners also. Okay, so what was generally observed was the students who have done 3 to 4 attempts or 4 to 5 attempts, they are the ones who are taking the prelim score higher and higher every year. Okay, so that you might have heard this also, that many students have said, sir, prelims mein 100 ke upar hai, but CSAT clear nahi hua. So that is the very intent of the examiner. He wants to ensure that the students who take the prelims cutoff higher, they are not selected, or they are at least failed. Some of them are failed in CSAT. Okay, so that there is a benefit for this also. What is the benefit here? If these students who score very good in prelims, they do not go for the mains. If they are, what's the benefit of this? The benefit is very clear. This year, okay, this year in the mains paper, all the students who will just complete their papers on time. Okay, और थोड़ा भी ठीक ठाक लिख के आ गए, they will be in the rank. Exactly, that is the point, Nitish. They want to ensure this aspect. I'm talking about CSAT, not the prelims. Matlab, not the prelims suicide paper. Okay, I'm not talking about that aspect. I'm talking about CSAT. Okay, this is something I can agree with you. This is something that is like totally suicidal this year's. That I will agree with you. But for the CSAT part, that was the logic that was shared by an IAS officer, retired IAS officer. He is in Hyderabad, and he goes for this aspect and all. Okay, so that was their logic. So we have to, on the same logic, we have to expect that the 2024 paper will be much tougher. Okay, they have to weed out competition. Okay, and that's good for you also. If you get passed through the prelims, in the mains, it will be much easier for you. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Nitish. That is the point. That is, if you clear CSAT, you are basically writing mains. That's the point. ठीक है, कट ऑफ बहुत नीचे करो इसको, and let students, normal students, be also selected. Okay. Hopefully, I'll see all 9 of you in the mains paper, in the mains exam next year. ठीक है. अच्छा, coming back to this, इसको किसी ने solve किया है क्या? This is just the continuation of the same. Okay. Yeah, Shivaranjani has said 1 and 2. Okay, what about others? There are 1 and 2. Raghavan is saying both are wrong. Okay. Pratisha is saying 1 and 2. What is the sum that you got? This one. Sum of all even numbers less than 50. What is the sum that you got? 600. सबको मिला? चलो 600. Fine. What about Manisha? Are you able to solve this? This kind of question. First statement solved. Okay. ठीक है, तो first statement क्या बोल रहा है? First statement is saying Q into R by P. Okay, Q is product of all natural numbers. All natural numbers का product क्या है? 1 into 2 into 3 into like this till 49. Now what is R? R we know it is 600. Divide by what? P. P is product of all prime numbers. That is 2 into 3 into 5 to 7. Like 47. So here what will be left here at the top? If you cancel elements from here and here, what will be the elements that will be left at the top? This is natural numbers. This is prime numbers. Yeah, you will be left with composite numbers at the top. ठीक है? Composite numbers रहेगा 4, 6, 9 and like this till 49. Okay, now into 600. So here if this is clearly even, now no matter what this is, if it is odd or if it is even, still it will be what? Because you are multiplying that number with even, it will be even itself. So the statement is correct. Okay, the same way, what about Q by R? Q is nothing but product of natural numbers and it goes till 49. Divided by what? R. R is what? 600. Or if you break it into common factors, this is 6. That is 3 into 2, 6 into 100, that is 5 into 5, 25 into 4, 2 into 2. These are the factors, right? So here you see, you can eliminate this. 25 you will have somewhere in the middle. You can eliminate that also. And 4 also you can eliminate. Okay, because here the next element is 4. This will eliminate here. Okay. Now, is there, what you have to ensure is there should be an even number here, right? So there are many even numbers here. Okay, so basically what happens is all those numbers into an even number. It could be 6, 8, 10. Okay, any even number, that means what? It again becomes even. Can you repeat? Yeah. See here, Raghavan, till here you have understood? This is simply...
No, sir.
I did not get you. What?
No, sir. No, sir.
No. See, R is what? 600, right?
Yes, sir.
600. 600 can be written as what? 6 into 100.
Yes, sir.
Or it is 3 into 2, 6. 100 can be written as what? 25 into 4.
Yes, sir.
Okay, or 25 is written as 5 into 5. 4 is written as 2 into 2. Okay, so
Yes,
this is what I have written here. Okay, and you are simply simplifying it. That's it. Okay, I hope this is clear. Raghavan, Niti.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What about Manisha? Fine. Second statement. Okay. All right. So if this is clear, I think, what's the time? We'll do 1 or 2 questions more. Okay. Acha, you do one thing. You take it as homework. This one, a good question. Take it as homework. Okay. So this is something regarding prime numbers. I want you to solve at your home. Okay. Yeah. Tell me about this one. Here you have P and Q is set of co-prime numbers. What does this mean, co-prime? When we talk about co-prime numbers, what do we mean? Difference to be 2. Now, having same factors, no. No. Shivaranjani, what you are saying is triplets. That is different. Exactly. Co-prime numbers is any two numbers which have only one as a common factor. Okay, for example, 5 and 6, they are co-prime to each other. That means a common factor between them is what? 5 can be written as 1 and 5. Here 6 is what? The factors are 1, 2, 3. The common factor is 1 and 1. Similarly, yes, 5 and 9 also could be there. 5 and 7 could be there. 5 and 8 could be there. Okay. So a set of co-prime numbers means what? Any two such numbers जिनका common factor, any two numbers, not, okay, they are always in pair. Okay, when we say co-prime numbers, we mean two numbers are in pairs with each other. Okay, and their common factor is 1. That is known as co-prime numbers.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, one has to be a common factor, or any one factor is necessary? Any
one factor. Okay. Definitely the point will be 1 itself, because 1 will be factor for everything, right? So that will be the common factor. Okay, sir. By default, that is the case. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Here, for example, 7 and 8. This is what? Their common factor is 1. Okay. So it should have one factor, and that factor should also be what? 1. Fine, everyone. Okay. So the basic point of co-prime numbers. Now till here, in UPSC, co-prime numbers have not been asked. Okay. But still, I want you to understand the same, because if such questions do come in the hall, you should know what it means. Okay. So you can take any two numbers as, you have to take them as together. Okay. Because they will be in pairs always. Okay. So it is said P and Q, they are set of co-prime numbers, and R is set of positive integers. Okay. Then two statements are given, that is P into Q by R can be an even integer. Q by P into R can be an even integer. Okay. So try solving this one. Okay, Raghav. Nitish is saying 1 is wrong. Because the keyword can be is given. Okay. So you just have to find one such value, okay, of P and Q and R, which will give that value. Okay. Okay, Nitish is saying both is wrong. Okay.
Sir.
Yes, Raghav.
Sir, set of positive integer means one number or like two number? I didn't get sir that.
No, you can set means it is simply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is set. You can take any one number from here. It is your choosing.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay, Pratisha is saying 1. Okay. 1 only. Nitish is saying both are wrong. Okay. What about others? Okay, Raghavan is saying 1. Okay. Aisha is saying 1. Okay. Anisha 1. Fine. Both. Okay. Adra is saying 1. What about Somashekar? And Raghavan. Raghavan got 1. Okay. 1. Okay. So most of you got 1 as the answer. So tell me here, in 1, what will be the value? Just give me one value of P, Q, and R so that it can be an even integer. What will be the value? P and Q have to be co-prime to each other. Okay. Okay, so Vicky is saying 2 and 3. Okay, 2 and 3 is fine. They are co-prime to each other. So 2 into 3 by R. Okay, take it as 1. Okay, कोई problem नहीं. Okay, so here it's an even integer, fine. Now what about this one? It is saying Q by P into R is an even integer. That means again I have to make somehow this into an even integer, right? Now please note this aspect here. When we talk about co-prime numbers, okay, when we talk about co-prime numbers, देखो Nitish, it is given can be, okay, can be मतलब यदि कोई भी एक वैल्यू even integer मिल गया तो fine है, that is all, that is done, okay. You might get other values also where it is an odd integer, okay, but what you have to focus upon is can be. Can be means any one value you have to find, okay. Now the same thing regarding co-prime numbers, what I have to highlight is, see, 1 can be co-prime with each of the numbers that are there in the number system. Okay, that means 1, 2 is co-prime to each other. 1, 3 is co-prime to each other. 1, 4, 1, 10, 100. Are you getting this? That is, 1 is such number which is co-prime to all integers. Positive. Are you getting this, everyone? Fine. So here, can I take P into Q? P, so even, right? Yeah, can I take 1 and 6? Exactly, right? So that is 6 by 1 into R is what? Any positive integer. So I'm taking it as 3. That means what? Can be an even integer. Is this clear, everyone? Okay, so this is a fact. That's a unique fact. You have to remember this fact. If at all co-prime numbers are asked, it will be based on this logic itself. That is, 1 is co-prime to other numbers. Okay, so these kind of statements that we give, write it somewhere, okay, because I've told you you should have a logic book also from where you can revise the content fast. Okay, any doubt? Can you use same number for P and R? Yes, definitely. Why not? P is any number, R is another number, R is an integer. You can use, no problem. Yes. You can use, okay. If it is given P is something, Q is something, R is something. If it is satisfying all three conditions, let's say X is satisfying, a value X is there which satisfies all the three conditions, then there is no, and it is not mentioned that P, Q and R are unique or distinct, then you can take value of P is X, Q is also X, R is also X. There is no problem in that logic. Okay, and that is the reason I've told you the keyword unique and distinct. If it is specifically mentioned that is P, Q and R are unique or distinct, then you cannot take same values. Okay, for example, here I can say P, Q and R, P, Q, R are distinct values. You might have seen this in UPSC also. Okay, distinct values or unique values. Fine. All right, so I hope this is clear to everyone. Now, if this is clear, this is the last question that we will do today. That is, I want you to solve the UPSC 2023 question paper. Okay, so here you have 5 positive integers P, Q, R, S, T, out of which 3 are even, 2 are odd. Okay. Now, based on this, two statements have been given. Which of the above statements are correct? Okay. If this statement says is definitely even, what does it mean? The statement is, the word itself is there. It is a definite statement. Okay, so when it's a definite statement, you just have to give one example negating the same to negate the entire statement. Okay, so try solving this one. This will be your last question for today. Okay, two only. Two only. One only. Okay. Okay, Manisha says one only. Okay. Ragan says two only. Okay. One is false. Okay. Sorry, both true. Both correct. How are you solving this question? You tell me first. Are you putting values here or are you using some other logic? Values. Even plus even. देखो यहाँ पे जब इतना variables आया हुआ है, when there are so many variables here, if you put values, can you, by definition, can you be very sure कि okay, the values that I have considered, it will encompass every other value. जितना possibilities है वो पूरा हो पाएगा, ऐसा हो सकता है क्या? Is that possible? Not sure, right? That means इसका तरीका कुछ और होना चाहिए सॉल्व करने का. In that time frame, not possible. नहीं, टाइम फ्रेम का भी नहीं है. Whenever you have more than, see, if there is one or two or three values and its range is bound. For example, if I'm saying 1 to 10 के बीच में, then you can definitely use values and try to solve them. Okay, but here it is just given that they are even or they are just saying something is odd. Okay, so when we are just saying something is even, something is odd, that means all the numbers that are there in the number system. ठीक है, so हम हर केस के को कंसिडर नहीं कर पाएंगे. So there should be a better way to solve this aspect. Okay, and that aspect I think Somashekar mentioned already. That is, I think in the first class we discussed this aspect. We discussed this, that is even plus even is what? Even. Odd plus even is what? Yes.
Sir, odd plus or odd into, sir?
No, you take plus also. What's the problem? Take anything. Let's say here odd you take 3. Here it take even 2. That is what? 5. 5 is what? Odd. Okay, so for plus is also, they go odd into even. If you do, then that will become what? If you take 3 and 2, it becomes 6. That means what? It is even. Are you getting this? These are two different things. Okay. This is odd into even is even. Odd plus even is odd. Just remember, don't remember the formulas as such. Remember, just put values right then and there. Okay. For example, odd and odd. That is what? 1, 1. What will be its summation? 2. That means what? An even. Odd plus odd is even. Okay. But at the same time, if it is odd into odd, again 1, 3. That means what? You get 3. That means again odd. Is it clear, Raghavan?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
The same thing, okay, you can apply for minus also. What about odd minus odd? What will you get? You tell me. Just put any values here and tell me. Yes, you will get even. How? Just put values 3, 1, that means 2. What about odd minus even? ठीक है, कोई भी ऐसा छोटा सा वैल्यू पुट करो वहां पे. 3, 2, that means what? 1. That means 1 is what? Odd. ठीक है, even minus even. It will be even. I hope this is clear, everyone. Okay, so you don't have to remember all these things. Okay, it's not at all necessary. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 में खेलना और वहां पे आपको समझ में आ जाएगा. Okay, it is true for every other value also. Okay, now let us see here. Yes, see this statement. It is saying 2p plus q plus 2r minus 2s plus t. Okay, what we have learned, 2 into anything, be it even, be it odd, what do we get finally? ये हमने डिस्कस किया. It will be even. Yes, That is 2 into anything. Okay, it can be odd or it can be even. It does not matter. So this means what? This will be even for any value of p. P could be odd, p could be even. It will be what? 2p will be even. Similarly, 2r will be even. 2s will be even. Yes, that means, again, if I just take these three, that means what? Even plus even minus even. That means what? Even plus even will be even minus even. We have seen. This is what? Again, even. Okay, so that means 2p plus 2r minus 2s. Whatever its sum is, that is even. Then we are left with what? Q plus t. Are you getting this, everyone? यहाँ तक ये सबको समझ में आया? What we are doing? Any doubt? Nitish, Raghavan, Pratyusha, Aisha.
Sir, please repeat, sir.
Okay, let me write it properly then. Okay, see here. If I write the statement properly, this one I can write this as 2p plus 2r minus 2s, okay, plus q plus t. This I can write.
Yes, sir.
Okay, or I can write this as, if I take 2 as common, 2 into p plus r minus s, yes, plus q plus t. Any problem here?
No, sir.
Okay, so now it does not matter what the value of p, r or s is. Basically, why? Because at the end of the day, I am multiplying it with 2. So that means what? It becomes an even number. This entire expression becomes an even number. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what we are left with is q and t. Okay. Now, q and t could be what? There are only two possibilities, right? For example, q is there, t is there. What are the possibilities? That is, either both of them can be odd. Okay, because there are two which can be odd. Okay. Or one can be odd, one can be even, or one can be even, other will also be even. These are the only three possibilities, right? हमारे पास जो possibilities हैं, यही तीन possibilities हैं. Either they both can be odd, both can be even, or one of them is odd, one of them is even. Okay, so just see the condition. So till here everything is even. Okay, now the first case, when q is odd, t is also odd, what will happen? Odd plus odd?
Even.
Even. So even plus even. Okay, so here this is even. Okay, second case scenario, till here we know it is even. Okay, from q and t it is what? Odd plus even. What will happen here? Odd plus even would be
Odd.
odd. Plus even will be
Odd.
odd. That means what? Here we are getting two different values. That is, one, in one we are getting it is even. In one we are getting odd. So the statement says what? Definitely odd. This is what?
Wrong.
Yeah. Everyone, Nitish, have you understood this? What we have done? Yes. Okay. All right. So if you have understood this, the same logic you will apply for this one also. Okay. So here again, minus minus is there. Same thing. P plus Q plus R minus, again, combine this two, S plus T. Okay. So here, what are the possibilities here? Again, the same possibilities are there. For example, S and T is there. That means what? If both can be odd and even, or even and even. Yes. So in this scenario, what will happen? If both are odd, what will be the nature of these three? P, Q, and R. If both are odd, yeah, they are all even. Because it is given that three of the numbers are even, okay? So all are even. So that means what? Even plus even plus even. This is even, minus odd plus odd is what? Even. So even minus even is even. So here, this assumption goes with this statement, okay? Take the second one, where we are assuming one of them is odd, one of them is even. That means what will be the nature of P, Q, and R? How many odd will be here? How many even? Here you will have three even, right? Yes, exactly. Three even will be there. So that means already one even is here, two even are here, and one is odd. So now just calculate. What do you get? Even plus even is even plus odd. Now this is what? Odd plus even is odd. Here it is odd plus even. Again, that is odd. Odd minus odd. It is
even.
Yeah, even. Okay. Now come to the last. So this, in these two assumptions we have assumed, and we have got key, yes, in both the scenarios it is even. Okay. Now come to the third scenario where S and T are even. That means what? R will be R, or any of these elements could be one. One would be an even element. The rest two will be odd. So odd plus odd is even. Even plus even is even. Here it is even plus even is even. Even minus even, that is again even. That means in all the three scenarios that are there possible, we are getting even values. That means what? This is definitely even. Is it clear, everyone, what we have done? Any doubt? Okay. So whenever such possible questions are asked, again, go back to logic itself, basics itself. Okay, because I've told you in the demo class itself, application part of basics is must. If you put numbers here, you may not be able to find all the necessary conditions. Fine. I hope this is clear. Yeah, so now statement, I have 10-15 more questions to go, but we'll keep this for the next class. Okay. The reason is this is basically 5 to 7 questions. No, next is a proper class. Okay. The next class will be Monday, 7 p.m. No, Manisha, I'll post it in the Telegram group. Don't worry. Okay. Now, statement-based question is very, very important because I've already told you from here you can expect 5 to 7 questions, but this is not just limited to number system, but you should know certain criterias in which you should and how to solve them. Okay. So there are many questions that we'll do and we'll try to learn from the same. Okay. So the next class will be held on Monday at 7 p.m. Okay. Now, if there is any doubt, that student can stay back. The rest of you can leave. Okay. The class for today is over.